Content warning. This tiny teaser trailer contains bones, blood, smut, and swear words.
Act 1. Welcome, birthday guests! Hello and welcome to the Frontline Fifth, a Locked Tomb podcast where a couple of adorably naive teacher's aides explore the Locked Tomb series for the first time while a couple of dried out bone witches cackle over how little they really know. We're taking a season break until the new year in the fervent and naive hope that 2026 will be better. But before we leave you all together, we thought we'd let you have a little tiny teaser. That's right. In our benevolent kindness, we have decided to gift you the Dramatis Personae. I'm Marie, and my birthday party is less of a party and more of me just like going and picking up all the free shit that like companies cajole you into. I just like make my rounds.
What are you talking about?
You sign up for like the Chili's birthday.
Yeah, I like go and get my Starbucks in the morning. I like get a my little free gift from Sephora. I like take myself to lunch. It's very much God. A lot of this is just me being left the fuck alone to do whatever I want. Anyway,
I hear you.
Okay, legitimately, this reminds me, I don't know how many of you played Neopets, but like the big thing about Neopets was that
if our podcast wasn't millennial coded enough already.
Yeah.
But every single day that I signed in, I would go and do the rounds of free shit you could
gotta
collect
get the
in
giant
various
omelet.
places. Yes, gotta get the Jello, gotta get the anyway. So that's what it sounds like.
This is what my birthday is. So I'm joined today by Hannah, professor of biology and occasional soldier of the rebellion. Hannah, what are your birthday parties like?
Okay, ever since a fabulous party that was thrown when I was in college in my freshman year, which was a whimsy party, every birthday that I get a chance to throw, I throw a whimsy party. You're only allowed to drink things with bubbles unless you don't want to. At the door, you usually have to use one of those like little fortune teller cootie catcher things in order to determine what you have to wear between unicorn horn, clown nose, fake mustache. And then we make sock puppets. So it's a really good time. That's what my birthday parties are.
I want to come.
You're all invited, all of you.
Thank you.
Also with us today are the sweet little ones carefully holding themselves back from having a tantrum about how little we've let them breathe this week. And in fact, John already cheated, but we'll get to that later. It's Brooke and John. Brooke, John, tell me about your ideal birthday shenanigans.
Guys, I had a really great birthday this past year. Got a place out in the hills with dark skies so that we could go stargazing. My friends all brought me various chips and dips. And we did paint by numbers, and we drank fancy bubbles, and we did face masks, and we hot tubbed, and it was glorious.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. I also want to go to your party.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're invited too. Yeah. John, is that up your alley?
Mine is so much in the opposite direction.
We're all like, can we be left alone, drink bubbles and be cozy at home?
My ideal birthday party is like laser tag or paintball. Like ideally,
I would love to come to your birthday party too, John. And
ideally,
I
do that as well.
Yeah, against a large group of children.
Even
Very
better.
cool.
I love crushing. I love dunking on my own children. Can I bring my kids to
Yeah.
the birthday party?
It's going to be a little one-on-one war over there. 2-on-1.
Yeah, just four of us, and then our spouses versus all the kids, and like some random 11-year-old's birthday party, and just smoke them.
Yeah,
that does sound
great.
fun.
Yep.
That sounds delightful.
Well, we have a party to plan, but before we get into it, what did we think of the cover of Nona the Ninth?
I have thoughts, because this one is very different than the previous ones.
I fucking need Sonia to get on this merch of like, I just need like a skeleton with like a finger up. I have thoughts.
Thoughts.
So
Alright.
we have a sandy planet. We have a weirdly cheerful center character holding what looks to be like a gas mask or like a space mask. Also like a burger shirt and a trench coat, which is just like odd. We have a multi-legged dog, which I'm assuming is Noodle from the sounds of things, since Noodle's the only one with more than 4 legs, and this dog has 5 visible legs. Immediately, if you look down to the bottom left, there's a skeleton eating ass, which I think is just hilarious that they managed to get that in there. And then there is a skeleton on the right appearing to do like the yoga pose.
Is that what that is? You think that's a downward dog? It looks like there's like an extra scapula just floating around there.
It's very much like a tortured pose, and like maybe something's like coming out of it, or it's like impaled or something.
Yeah, it looks like that one's been variably impaled by what looks like vines that shouldn't have
like
vertical
somewhere
structure.
Between vines and like very thin, bendy rebar. Yeah.
Maybe it is rebar.
I can't believe I never noticed the skeleton eating ass.
I know, I never noticed the skeleton eating ass either. That's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
I don't know that could be anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a very different cover. Still has some like hidden jokes in it.
Yeah, the planet background that we have here is like a sandy planet, it looks like. And then there's a big blue shape in the sky, in the starry sky. Plus it looks like maybe one moon that's closer in the foreground. Yeah, so that's a setting.
I'm obsessed. I just completely am in love. It's very clear to me that I got the Kindle version. I do not own, I think I need to buy myself a hard copy version, but I have never looked closely at the cover until this very moment. Like it had not occurred to me to see any of these things.
I actually need the burger shirt. There's Etsy shops where you can buy the burger shirt.
Oh, I believe that. So let's see. The character also has like really long hair. So there's features about this character that are new. Like it doesn't look like this is somebody we've seen before.
I straight up want her braids.
Yeah. What's funny is I looked at this dog and I didn't notice the extra leg, and then we turn the page and we start reading the character listing, and I was like, why are we talking about the number of legs that dogs have? And then you get to the one that has 6 and you're like, the fuck? I went back to the front and I was like, indeed.
Let's turn the page and get into the teaser trailer. Sleep. I'll wake you in the morning. Act 2. Dogs to invite. So we open Nona the Ninth with our classic Dramatis Personae, although this time it's in the format of a guest list, and I think we should just read it. So, guest list, as transcribed by C. Hecht.
Dogs to invite to birthday party. Brown one by the fish shop. Average sized, 4 legs. Stop it. Name assumed. Lies under counter at dairy, red color, big sized, 4 legs. White and black one seen once in a park. Average sized, tail curled twice, 3 legs. Noodle. King of dogs in secret. White adjacent, small sized, 6 legs. Spotted beach dog, often on beach. Large sized, huge ginger eyebrows, 3 legs.
Members of gang to invite to birthday party. Hot sauce! Honesty. Born in the morning. Beautiful Ruby. Kevin.
Teachers. The angel? ? Blood of Eden. Crown him with many crowns.
No. C.
The captain, maybe.
Not possible. C.
Cell commander, we suffer and we suffer, although actually she might be wing commander. I don't know which it is.
It's both, and no. C.
And you 3.
Good to know. C. Sue, thoughts?
Can I just say that I was talking to my wife at breakfast this morning about this, and we got to the dog list, and she just goes, what if they're all just representations of the resurrection beasts? And then I was like, what? And so that sent me down a rabbit hole. I know. There's so many things that
so
I had
those are the early morning texts, because he's 3 hours ahead of me. So I wake up and I was like, just get a text. How many resurrection beasts are we missing? I was like, what do you mean? I don't know.
I don't know where that came from.
This is amazing.
But
where you've developed like the level of unhinged paranoia where like you see in every dog on the beach, you see a resurrection beast. And I love it.
Just to be clear, this is my wife. So I have...
You've
they build
infected
each
her.
other up.
Yeah.
Nice relationship.
What stood out to me was the dairy, the park, the beach. Like, these are not things that we've seen in this series yet. So we've got a planet with normal shit. Like we saw in the very like last chapter of Harrow, that sort of like city thing with sausage stands. We know where some of the meat's coming from. We got ourselves a dairy. Park, beach isn't normal shit. This is a like legit culture that has like infrastructure and like society
And dogs.
Well, I mean, so does the
Dogs.
9 Houses. It's just very different. Like, this is
They
more
don't have
familiar. it
parks.
seems.
You think they got parks?
No, but
maybe on some of them, but you're right. It's not typical. It's like this feels very different. And actually seeing live animals is very different from everything that we've had before. Like the closest to animals we've seen have been the weird fish creatures that they fished for at Canaan House. And then outside of the Lichter studies, there were animal skulls with horns, right? Like that's, so to have dogs running around is really interesting.
And then the names of the gang, they're separated from Blood of Eden, but they all still seem to have Blood of Eden style names.
But different, right? Like it's less literature feeling, right? It's more about random snippets of language random snippets of just words. Yeah. Hot sauce, beautiful ruby. These are just things. Whereas Blood of Eden has names that are sentences.
We just have divorced them from like the meaning. You know what I mean?
And English is particularly bad, right? Like still there are other cultures where like your name actually has like a literal translation into words that if you were to use in a different context would not be a name.
Right. Whereas a lot of English names are mostly sounds. I also so there's a couple of things here that I just think are delightful that you learn about the person who is making this list, whose party it is. The fact that they list dogs first makes me love them immediately. The fact that the dogs listed include things like the white and black ones seen once in the park. It's like every dog you see is my friend, even though you like have no idea who they are. That made me really happy. Members of the gang, I think, is a really interesting concept. Like where my mind goes with gangs immediately has a different energy than the person inviting these dogs, but clearly all of this is as one.
Well,
but Blood of Eden is on the list too.
Two different meetings. Gang is like, let's get the gang together versus like
some sort of violent game. Have I been watching too much The Wire?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah. Are we solving mysteries or are we doing organized crime?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
The Scooby-Doo gang.
Scooby gang. That's very good. And then the other thing, I know this is like not a reference, it's just like a good construction for a joke. At the end of George of the Jungle, which is one of my two favorite movies of all time, there's a part where the bad guy introduces like a bunch of mercenaries and they're all named just like over the top comical faux German names. It's all like Gunther and Hans and then the last one is like and Fred, you know, and so I also really like that. Exactly. I love that Kevin is there. That makes me laugh. I was wondering if you all had any opinions about these like little addendums that Camilla is putting in at the end here, because this is all transcribed by Camilla Hecht. Yeah. Right?
It sounds like she's like almost parenting, right? Where it's like, nope, sorry, this person is not coming to the party, even though you want them because they're terrible. Yeah. It's like, nope, no Blood of Eden invited to the party.
It's hard to tell whether or not the spacing is trying to separate Anne U3 from Blood of Eden or not.
That's interesting. There's no like category above Anne U3.
No, and there is a little bit of an extra space. Yeah. But when I first read it, I was like, oh, okay, so they're fully Blood of Eden now. But now that I see it, there's a little extra space.
Yeah, it's unclear. Although, I mean, clearly from this, they are familiar. Very intimate. Like they're familiar enough, unless it's one of those things where Nona, who is, you know, writing this or like telling this to Camilla, you know, collects people the same way that she collects dogs. In that case, it could be that they've only met Blood of Eden like once.
But we're all friends now.
Yeah.
But we're just friends now, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is just like such a large tone shift from the first two. Like we're starting off with dogs. Yeah, it's just
it's like truly juvenile, right? As opposed to like Gideon, who is young, like packing her dirty magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like this is like little kid.
Yeah. And based on like all the Noodle references you guys have thrown in, I imagine that we're going to like Noodle at some point. So
I just
faithful
like dogs,
companion.
man.
Just like dogs.
Everybody loves a faithful companion.
And Noodle is king of dogs in secret.
Yeah, like, how can you not like Noodle?
I do say it is a theme where like having like a faithful sidekick in the form of a dog is always like a way to make a book so much better. In the Abhorsen series, Lyriel is one of my favorites, and it's probably purely from having the despicable dog.
The disreputable dog is the best. Yeah.
No, disreputable dog. That's what it is. Sorry.
Yeah, disreputable. And it like starts out like I only got partway through. I'm only partway through that book, but it's like
it gets slow
it
for a
starts
while.
out like disreputable. It's like disreputable bitch. Like,
Yes, because she's
It was.
And
She
then, like,
introduces
oh,
herself that way. Yeah.
as the disreputable bitch, and I was like, okay, we're in.
Oh, did you start
I
reading it
identify.
after we told you to, Marie? You were the only one who hadn't read them, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm listening to him.
Oh my God.
Well, I know. Best way, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, this has been a good chat, but it's somehow already bedtime. So we got to move right along. Act 3. Empty's just another word for clean. So we get our same classic lictor / house poem at the beginning of Nona the Ninth, but we can all agree that that's old news. So we're going to skip straight ahead to this strange conversation, fragment of a poem. I don't know. Brooke, can you read it for us?
Oh, sure. You told me, sleep, I'll wake you in the morning. I asked, what is morning? And you said, when everyone who fucked with me is dead. When everyone we loved has gone or fled, that's morning. Empty's just another word for clean. Let's put this first draft dream of mine to bed. In that appointed hour, I'll pull up your sheets, I'll kill the light, lie down beside you, die, and sleep the night. This time will be the time we get it right. Forgiveness not so hard, nor anger long. Our graves will be less deep, our lies less true. You held aloft the sword. I still love you.
That was well done. That was a beautiful performance, Brooke.
Thank you.
Fuck me. We're already starting with this shit.
We're starting, it's as opposed to like being delivered the first, like, the eggs you gave me all died and you lied to me. It just starts with a poem with pronouns. Okay. So let's break this down a little bit. You told me sleep, I'll wake you in the morning. I asked, what is morning? Okay. Like, it sounds to me like I, in this case, is Nona. I and me.
Or the,
If-
Well, yeah, sure. Let's say no.
Or
Sure.
the what, John?
My
Spit it
assumption-
out.
Like electo. Like my
the
theory.
body? You
My
thought Nona
theory.
is
Yes.
Electo.
Yes.
We're just going to call her Nona for the
Okay.
purposes of our initial uncertainty.
So my general, I guess, thoughts is that this is talking to the Emperor by electo right before the Emperor kills her, or is forced to kill her the first time, or the second
Oh my
time.
God. So you think this is old?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do not think this is relevant necessarily to, like, interesting. I had not considered that. Okay.
Like, I think this is like literally like God, when God kills everybody and like before the resurrection to power the resurrection, like whatever like that timeline is. I think it's like right before that.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe. I'm still leaning towards it being Nona, because what is morning sounds in the same vein to me as have you figured out who I am yet, as sort of a question. But maybe it's the same. You think they're talking to the Emperor? I don't know who they're talking to, although it's somebody with a sword.
You stab somebody right before you lecture them, right? So it could be God
Oh my
talking
God,
to
good
like
point.
death, or like whatever we think originally gave him the power to become God.
Holy shit, John. That's a great idea.
So maybe this is written by death to the Emperor. I don't like my general thing is that this is written like the you is the Emperor, I think.
Okay.
And then the person is
I am
I'm
really
like 70%
I'm loving this
elect-
as we go forward.
I'm 70% electo and 30% who the fuck knows.
Okay, but let's get into the content of the poem itself. I don't know. It sounds to me like this is sort of like suggestive of a resurrection, where by going to sleep and it really means dying until the point where, like, you know, you have better emotional state, less baggage to like be resurrected and like do something. That's what mourning is waking up, is being resurrected to do something, you know, after time has passed and the people that made your life difficult are gone.
Yeah.
Our graves will be less deep, our lies less true.
Yeah, that's one of those things that with time and space, things feel less severe or
But
problematic.
like that last line, our lies
less yeah.
true.
Yeah, there's so much here that I think is really interesting.
The lie thing, I don't know. Maybe I'm glossing over it too much. Like, a lie is a lie until you've convinced yourself it's something else, right? So,
but this isn't saying making the lies better, making it so that we believe our own lies. Our lies
think it is
less true.
It could just be the truth that it is a lie.
I also like it as like, I mean, probably it's just about how I'm feeling in the world right now, but like you get cynical and you make like a funny joke about what is going to happen and then it comes true and you're like, oh God. And that's like what this felt like to me a little bit, was like you're telling yourself lies about the way things work and you're comforted in the knowledge that they are lies. And as you learn that they are true, it's like more and more devastating.
But then what does it do for them to be less true?
Yeah, so maybe you lie to yourself better next time, more ridiculously.
Maybe
the lies
become worse. So like our graves become
that kind of thing.
less deep. Our lies become worse. So like generally you bury bad things deeper, right? It's like a weird dichotomy because our lives become worse, but our graves become less deep. Although if graves become less deep, you're a little farther away from death, right? Like that's like the metaphor. Like you bury, like
closer to life. Yeah. There's also something really interesting at the beginning of that stanza. This time will be the time we get it right implies that there's been multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, and there's several things about this, so you have highlighted first draft dream. So it almost feels like we've been going through this over and over and over. And every morning you're like, tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better.
Although the first draft dream also doesn't make it feel like it's happened a lot. It feels like, but
right.
So there's a
that
conflict
feels more
there.
like it's happened once. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This time will be the time we get it right, though. I mean, we know it's happened at least twice, like we're reiterating.
And the emperor constantly talks about time, right? Like I mastered death, I should have mastered time. There's so many like allusions.
Yeah, I hadn't considered that. It's a good idea.
I'm like 99% this is like the emperor is the you, but like we're still up for debate on what the you or what the
yeah, but the I, if the I is Electo, like we were convinced or we were told over and over again, which take that however you how it means you should trust it or not, but we were told over and over again that Electo is a monster incapable of human emotion and feeling. So why would that kind of a creature be saying I love you? Unless, I mean, I guess it could be disingenuous in just a series of words.
Maybe it's
but like
death.
This is
maybe it's like the
But does death have human emotion like that? Like, I don't know.
But maybe that's a thing too, is like maybe that's like I love you as something that you say but you don't understand it.
Sure. Yep.
It's just like an expected response.
Mm-hmm.
It's also something that like I think you can feel enormously, but it's not. I think love can be more raw and fucked up than we give it credit for.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be a nice emotion. It can be some space between obsession and need and devotion. And devotion is also not always nice, where you just, a dog will be devoted to its master even if its master abuses it. It's like that's not always true, but it is often.
Yeah, it's
I think
a little
there's
closer
space
to
there.
like the idea in like your Greek language, right? That you don't just have one word for love.
So you think it's maybe more like how a dog loves, or as an example of like you don't require human emotion to have that feeling.
Right.
Yeah,
but in other words,
tell.
like there's many different, like we use one word for all of the different types of love that you could possibly have.
In other words,
That's money there.
could be anything. Wash your hands of this completely.
Yeah, cool. So that happened.
Hold on. I just want to say like a couple more things, which is one, I just actually think this is brilliant. The beginning of this feels like it's going to be some sort of like love poem or lullaby. You told me sleep, I'll wake you in the morning. I asked what is morning. And then it breaks in the most Tamsin way, because what is morning? When everyone who fucked with me is dead. And I think there's like an interesting amount of violence in here, and violence in the way that we're treating, like empty's just another word for clean, is fucking sinister. That is a sinister way to look at things.
Shiva.
And it reminds me, yeah, but it reminds me of, it reminds me of freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, right? And me and Bobby McGee, it's this like deliberate correlation of these two things that sort of mean the same thing, but it's like the most cynical take on it, right? I don't know.
There's something weird about the poem, and I think that like the juxtaposition of this right after the birthday list is you're like, what is this book?
Yeah, I suppose that's why I just immediately assumed it was still Nona talking.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was fun. So let's play a game and have some more fun. Act 4. Name assumed. So we thought we'd try something new this season. Hannah and I are hoping it will be equally diabolical. So in this game, we're going to ask our newbies to figure out the personalities of characters they really don't even know. Okay, so we're going to start out with, which gang member could you trust with a secret?
I've
Hot
decided
sauce.
you're choosing hot sauce. Why?
I also choose hot sauce, by the way.
Yeah, but I don't care why you think that, because you won't tell me. John,
I don't know,
why hot sauce?
I like hot sauce.
Okay, so you trust hot sauce. That's a terrible move to trust hot sauce. Just like on the face of it. I don't trust a hot sauce. Don't know what it's going to do
who
to
do
me.
you trust?
I trust Born in the Morning.
Okay.
I trust hot sauce based on trust. I trust Kevin because I just don't think he'll do anything about it.
Great.
Oh, yeah, that's a good take. Okay. Which gang member would give the best birthday present?
Beautiful Ruby.
Born in the Morning.
I think it's honesty, actually.
I think it's honesty.
Okay. Okay, good. Great.
What the fuck does that mean?
At the very least, the most interesting birthday present. Okay.
Right.
It means that names don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. Which gang member is the most dangerous?
Honesty sounds terrifying.
I was going to go with Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin's a girl?
I love that movie so much. I think it's probably hot sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like that I'm just like waiting to see what Hannah's thinking too.
Oh,
Hot sauce is definitely like the leader of a gang. Literally.
Which gang member is the biggest softie?
I thought that was going to be hot sauce. I love contradiction.
Oh.
I'm going Born in the Morning.
Well, that's it. Okay.
I
think
we don't
that
know
it's
anything.
Kevin.
It's Kevin.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Which Blood of Eden invitee is the most badass?
The captain, maybe.
Okay.
I'm going with Cell Commander / Wing Commander. We suffer and we suffer.
Who are you going with? I'm going with Crown.
I could see Crown. I think it's also We Suffer and We Suffer. And then, of course, it's Secret Answer.
Yeah, Secret Answer is actually who
Yeah,
it
okay.
is.
Yeah, okay, great.
I was like, that's who I was going to say.
But it wasn't on the list. But
It was on the list. And I was like, oh, right, it's not on the list. Okay, it's fine.
Same. Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
So which Blood of Eden invitee do you have a crush on?
Also, the captain, because competence is sexy.
We're going
Okay.
with Cell Commander. We suffer and we suffer.
Okay.
I'm still Crown. I am basic and I'm willing to just like be basic.
No, I have a crush on. So my answer initially was going to be Secret Answer Pash for most
Yep.
badass. Secret Answer Pash for who I have a crush on. And then it was like, actually, no, it's not true. It's We Suffer and We Suffer is who I have a
I do.
major
I
crush
adore
on.
We Suffer and We Suffer. I also want to, I would like to
Major
grow up
crush.
and be We Suffer and We
Yes.
Suffer. That's another
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah, it's one of those
Mhm.
like, do I have a crush or do I just
Which I
wish
just want to
that
be
I,
with you.
do I
Yeah.
want to be We Suffer? Okay. Which birthday guest, excluding the dogs, because that would be the obvious answer, are you hanging out with afterwards? Actually, mine is still We Suffer. Yep. Oh, no.
What about you?
It might be the angel. Actually, that's who I'm hanging out with. I'm hanging out with the angel. Sorry. Okay.
I'm hanging out with
I think
Kevin.
you're hanging out with
Hanging
Kevin. Love that.
Good choice. How about you, John?
Cam.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
I forgot.
Yeah.
You
Well,
three. I forgot about that. That's my bad.
True.
Yeah.
True. It is Cam. You're correct. But
No, actually, you're correct. That is the best. The best answer is honestly all three of you three is like who you hang out with afterwards. But I'd also be down to hang out with Crown. I'd also be down to hang out with the Angel. And frankly, I would be down to hang out with Honesty. I think hanging out with Honesty would be pretty fucking fun.
It would be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yep.
No one knows what that means.
well, half of
That's
us.
the fun.
Diabolical.
Okay, with that, we are going to shut it down. So we don't have an official outro today, but I will say that if you miss us, in the next months, we'll still be publishing bonus episodes on Patreon. And that Redbubble store is full of sexy merch. Bye, listeners. Tomorrow is another day.
Oh, yeah. And just for context, since you said I cheated earlier, we should probably explain to people what that meant so that they don't think I read super ahead. I read the first sentence of John. Like, I was basically reading the outline while I was reading the book itself. And so I got to John 20-8 and I read the first sentence. I was like, all right, hold on. Let me make sure I'm actually supposed to read this because this first sentence drove me nuts. And then I check it and I was like, oh, shit, I'm supposed to be reading that as a live reaction. So that's my explanation to myself. I read one sentence ahead. For shame.
All right. Bye, guys.
Here we go.
So our next chapter is named after a Bible verse. Is that how we call these?
I guess. Wait, is John 28 an actual...
Let's look it up preemptively.
I'm reading the AI summary, but like...
I know, I am too. It's the same for me.
I don't have time to go to like BibleReference.com.
Okay, so this guy went into the empty tomb and was like, oh, there's nobody here. That must mean he was resurrected. And apparently that was genius because nobody had told him to expect that Jesus would be resurrected. And to be honest, jumping to the conclusion that somebody was resurrected when their tomb is empty is wild.
Yeah.
But here we are. Okay, cool. So entering an empty tomb.
Can I just say the first sentence? I read the first sentence. I texted the group chat because obviously you guys are all academics, and the first sentence is just like degrees, postdoc, research fellowship.
In the
God
dream, he told her the
damn it.
words about where he took his degrees, his postdoc, and his research fellowship. Great.
Does John Gaius have a PhD? I'm gonna kill myself.
My God, who's he and who's her?
Oh God, getting grant funding. This is
This is fully like pre-apocalypse, right? Pre-resurrection.
Dilworth, Otago, Auckland.
Well, Auckland is in New Zealand. I'm gonna have to guess the other two places are cities or regions.
Dilworth is a boarding school in New Zealand. And Otago is a region. John's from New Zealand. Asia Pacific Environmental.
Look like a freezing works? Wow.
We all thought that was funny, he said.
He said, we just wanted to save you. You were so sick. It was me and A and M, Augustine and Mercymorn.
I'm assuming so.
M for medical, A because he was the glycerol 6 genius.
Glycerol 6 is not a recognized chemical compound.
Yeah, that sounds like a cute name for something. Glycerol is used in freezing things. Put glycerol in your freezer stocks so that they can revive better.
He could have gone anywhere, but he stuck with me, and thank God for that because he handled all the shareholders. Oh, God. Did this whole thing start off as a bunch of PhDs creating a startup?
They never stopped to think whether they should.
Necromancy was VC backed. You got your seed money for necromancy? Oh, my God.
C. There was a lot of talk about Cassiopeia, and I don't remember which number she is, but we don't know anything about her. But she's a C name that I'm remembering off the top of my head that Hannah and Marie really like talking about in the sanitized spoilers.
She was on our side before the first year was over. So it sounds like Cassiopeia was foisted on them by the investors, and then they converted her.
Yeah. The Mark R cryo cans had room for 11 billion people easy. Holy shit! 5 hours per person. They're freezing everyone.
Mark R is deep. Like that's like 20 iterations or 18
What is
iterations in.
I don't know. Mark A, Mark B.
Yeah.
Maternity stuff wasn't ironed out. This is space travel.
Oh my God. Wait, is this why? Okay. Do you remember when we were first talking about like the timeline and the reason that God is going on this crusade we were talking about the reasons why, and it's like humanity. Did humanity abandon
Earth?
Them maybe, or Earth?
Well, if they're trying to fit 11 billion people, that should be the capacity of, like, that's kind of at the capacity of Earth. You think they tapped it out, or they were planning on nuclear war? Like, we don't know why, but full population evac.
We even lent them G.
I don't know who G is. Gideon?
Mercy said that she didn't like it. She smelled a rat. And you know what I said? You know what I told her? I said, don't let it get to you. And I said, don't get paranoid. I fucking looked her in the eye. Oh my God. This is the way we're getting out.
Trillionaires realize it. They're going where the oxygen is. Okay, so it looks like there needs to be a full population evac. They started getting people off earlier, right? And then they were going to get everybody off. They were getting a full population evac. And it sounds like that's what they pulled the money on, was the full population evac. But then it sounds like God only really cared. I'm assuming this is God. He says, we just wanted to save you. You were so sick, right? Like, that's his, like, first thing he says. And then he starts telling the story about how maybe the whole population didn't get evacuated.
Yeah. So the Kuiper belt, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's outside Neptune. It's like a belt of asteroids and everything. So it looks like they fled to the edges of the solar system, basically.
Yeah. Okay. In the dream, they were sitting on the beach. Do you think this is the banks of the river where we saw there was driftwood?
He had made a fire from damp driftwood. The ash was still falling.
It made them sick, but only anything that hurt them only ever hurt them for a little while. Lictors already?
When does ash fall from the sky? Nuclear weapons, volcanoes.
Yeah. It's nuclear winter, right?
A bundle of meat he'd cut.
Happened rarely and always simultaneously. This feels like a Delecto thing. They would drink from the sea like dogs? What? You don't do that for water.
I mean, I'm assuming like necromancers can just expunge the salt, or like they can just figure it out. You just crank your kidneys up to 11. I don't know. Like, if you have necromantic powers, you can get the salt out of your body.
Okay, he said after a pause, you know the worst part? She cried. She and A both cried. In each other's arms like babies. They were so fucking scared. Everything I was and everything I had done, I couldn't do a damned thing. So it sounds like he's already...
something.
So what did you do? A damned thing, didn't I? When is the part when you heard me? It's coming up. You always say that, Herc. What? 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 I'm so confused. He's talking to Harrow, but this Harrow was not there. That's not Harrow.
Or different Harrow.
I thought this was a past, but now we're blending past and present.
And in the dream, he rubbed his temple with his thumb.
This is always in a dream. So this is all a dream. We just got a poem about a dream too. First draft dream. Maybe this is a story being told to Harrowhark.
We just wanted to save you. You were so sick.
The part where they like both are hungry at the same time. Yeah, the fact that you were so sick, we just wanted to save you, implies that you was like definitely pre-resurrection.
Yeah, and the fact that ash is falling.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Like, can we fit this into our timeline?
All of this doesn't have to be like a literal, because this is a dream, right? She's describing it as a dream. It doesn't mean that it has to be a dream of something that actually happened in the past, right? This could be something that the mind is making up. We were trained in the last book to think about the things that you create in your mind kind of are pulled from your lived experiences. None of these are Harrow's lived experiences, so I'm inclined to say this is not Harrow that we know. So I would say it's a different person who is experiencing this dream.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
That's fun.
My shot in the dark is that Harrowhark is the original name for Death, God's companion. I don't like whoever God ends up lictoring for the power. Yeah, God's Cavalier.
Dude, that's wild. Did we learn much there? Like, I guess so.
Hold on. Is Harrow experiencing this because she's sitting in the tomb? Like, she's taken the place of the body in this story because she's sitting in the tomb? It's Harrow it's like Harrow reliving this from the perspective of the body?
That would be a little weird, but, I mean, nothing's impossible in these books. But it does seem a little weird that, like, her laying in the tomb would mean that she experiences the tomb's the former occupant of the tomb's emotions. Right. This is about let's recall, this is a chapter title about the resurrection of Jesus.
Yeah, and the empty tomb.
Walking into the empty tomb and realizing the resurrection. So, oh, wait, maybe it's morning. Do you think this is a story this is the dream and then we're about to wake up for morning? So we are waking up Electo. It is the morning.
I think this is like the origin story. Like this whole thing. Like the poem's an origin story. This is the origin story. It sounds like God and what became like the original lictors were working on technology to freeze people, to get them off Earth.
Been wrecked, yeah.
And it was allegedly going to be for everybody, but it sounds like only the wealthy people got off Earth and fled to the edges of the solar system. And then there's Ash.
So then God did something.
They nuked the Earth on the way out so that the poor people couldn't follow them eventually.
Maybe.
And so like it's just God because he can't die from radiation because he's a necromancer god already, and his cavalier are just sitting on a beach under a tarp from nuclear fallout.
He did a damned thing.
Or God nukes the Earth to resurrect everybody. What are we missing? There's something
Why was God already powerful at this point?
Yeah.
Why did God survive if he hadn't already done the work? Okay, I'm ignoring the Harrow Hark thing. I'm going to put that aside for now and like revisit that later. But everything else about this...
I need a noodle on this, but I think I have the beginnings of a theory.
If you were to bomb the entire planet, would that also create a resurrection beast? What if the first resurrection beast wasn't created by a necromancer?
That's interesting. That kind of fits into where I was going, which is like, have we overthought this whole thing and God just lictored Earth? Like the perfect lictor process was a reverse of what they did to... What if they just like reverse Dulcie? He perfect lictored Earth to save it? I don't know. What the fuck? Then... No, what the fuck? I don't know.
We just wanted to save you. You were so sick. Oh, interesting. So if that's not a person that he was trying to... That was where I was stuck on, was like there was somebody that he... Like his raison d'etre. But we think maybe Electo is Earth.
We're still missing the RB.
Right.
We still don't know if God, like how he became God originally, right? So like he becomes a godly necromancer, and then his cavalier is the RB or Earth spirit. Like, do you become God just from lictoring a planet? I feel like that's too easy.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
God damn it. I feel like we got everything and nothing. But yeah, it sounds like the origin story is that God God and his team got fucked over and left on Earth while the billionaires escaped. And that's, at least it explains why he's going on this crusade, right? It fits in nicely. Well, I'm assuming that if he got fucked over and left on Earth with like the billionaires, all of humanity that's out on like the rest of space are the descendants of the ultra wealthy people that got away from Earth over 10,000 years. So like the reason he's going out and killing all of them is like literally just shitty vengeance for
the sins of ancestors 10,000 years ago.
Yeah. What does Augustine say?
Well.
All right. Okay, bye.
Bye.